93.3 KZOZ FM San Luis Obispo. The home of Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
They have no chemistry at all.
Jeff and Jeremy, it's Dumbass of the Day, and it's brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart. Got everything you need for all your landscape supplies. You're looking at summer projects, maybe getting them done this spring. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road. You can check them out online at peterson.com. They've got everything from walk-on bark, gravel. They do boulders there, as well as garden soil, compost, and so much more. Once again, Gusta Road, A-Town, or online, peterson.com.
Also, just a side note, today, the last day to save 10% on your walk-on bark and get that free delivery in Atascadero. It ends today.
That can add up if you need a lot.
New deal coming on Monday. And I'm excited about this one because I'm not going to have to harvest off the side of the road for it. But details coming Monday.
How pathetic can some people be?
Lots of people get divorced. Tons, especially these days. So many people get divorced these days. Now it's the people that stay married that really seem strange. 25 years, oh my God, what happened? Don't you know you can get out of it? Embarrassing though, my wife and I, we only lasted 3 years. We were supposed to be together until one of us died. I never even had a fever. She felt I was too down, I was too negative. Well, this divorce should help. She said I had changed. You ever hear that from your partner? You've changed. You didn't used to be like this. If I'd known you're going to be like this, Nick, I never would have gone to bed with you. Well, guess why I didn't tell you? I was trying to move some product.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Imagine this. You're 33 years old and you meet the guy of your dreams. Probably happens quite often. Depending
How old were
on
you
your
when
life.
you met the guy of your dreams?
You know, I'm talking to ladies right now. I was 21, I think, when I met you, Jeff.
Stop.
You don't remember that night? You took me out with your friends. I got arrested by the cops. We got thrown out of a club. It was love at
After
first
Dumbass of the Day,
sight.
I have to tell you, there was a moment in which I knew I was going to be lifelong friends with Jeremy, and it is a sad story. It is such a sad story. But the candor in which he handled himself, I've got to share that coming up because I don't think I've ever even told you this story.
Good. I can't wait to hear it now. Very excited. We'll do it right after this.
But it was your honesty that won me over.
Bethany Austin, 43 years old. She was 33 when she met the love of her life. Moved in with him when she was 35. They were engaged. It would take 7 years before their engagement would turn into setting a date. And then shortly thereafter that, because of an iCloud account and an iPad and some racy text messages, she found out that he was cheating on her. After all this time.
Wow.
All this investment.
That's a lot of relationship equity. 7 years of dating with an engagement.
I know you're not an iCloud person, but what happens is if you share an iCloud account with somebody to save some money and they give you all this, space in the cloud, when you start sending text messages, if you have a third device, like your phone, my phone, and then there's a third device and you've checked in on that, your text messages will go there as well. Well, she saw naked pictures of another woman and her fiance in the act.
So this is always interesting because this is like, akin to, I'm sure he kept that iCloud account separate until they got engaged. He's like, okay, we're getting engaged now. We need to start merging accounts.
And then he met somebody and he forgot. That close. Anyways, she broke off the engagement. He was going around telling family, friends, everybody that they knew the reason the engagement was off. He didn't tell them the truth. It wasn't because he was cheating on this poor girl. It was because she was crazy.
Pin the blame on the person that did the breaking up.
So then she got mad.
Right.
No, she got pissed off. She went all Alyssa Milano and said, "You, buddy." She sent all the naked sex pics of him in all these different acts and situations and positions with this new girl to his mother, to his father, to his sisters, to his aunts and uncles, to his best friends, to their best friends,
Here you go.
to her family, to people at his work.
Now you know why I'm crazy, is what the text message read with the accompanying photos.
She mailed a 4-page letter to everybody to explain what was going on and included all these pictures.
I guess a little bit more than that.
She now faces...
She should have just left it at, now you know why I'm crazy.
3 years in prison. She was found guilty, and sentencing is coming up in June, because you can't do that. You can't take a naked photo of somebody and send it randomly to people. If you do that, you're breaking the law. And now you've been hurt, you've been cheated on, you've been screwed over. You're now 43, and you're still not getting married. And now you may not be 46 until you can meet somebody else. And you notice the crazy lady. I would say that is a little crazy, but I would say, you know what? I can understand how her discovering this would make you a little crazy after all this time invested into this person. So now she's 43. She's heading to jail. I mean, she might get some probation, maybe some community service if the judge is lenient, and hopefully they are, Bethany Austin. But until then, you are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We love U-Cart. You stay.
Jeff and Jeremy here. It's the $1,000 playlist. Still haven't played it yet. You're listening for 3 songs in a row. Now, you know we don't usually play 3 songs in a row. So if you hear us play 2 songs and then we get the third one, that's possibly a playlist. You have until the end of that song, if it's your playlist, to call in and win $100, maybe $1,000 down the road. All right. Do you need music for this?
Yeah, I don't know if I need music. Go ahead, give me some music, I guess, and then we'll go from there. No, not going to work. Sorry.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You said you fell in love with me. This is getting awkward.
This is
because we're the only 2 people in this room right now.
I can't give this delivery because it deals with morbidity, but humor, and that's what I love about you. The fact that you can't. There's certain, like, this is weird now that you cry when you hit a turkey, because the person I met may have been the most callous person, but it won me over because it was so honest.
All right.
We both went to community college years ago. What was it, 23, 24 years ago?
Yeah.
And
late 90s, 97, 98.
And this community college had a great broadcasting program with, and the emphasis was on radio, and it excelled. I mean, it would routinely, the radio station that was affiliated with it would routinely beat commercial radio stations that were
playing similar music.
And this was before the days of NPR and all that stuff was a big platform. It would routinely beat big radio stations with big signals at 250 watts. Sometimes, if you were, depending on the car that you were in, you couldn't get it in the parking lot at the community college where we were broadcasting from. I mean, that's how weak the signal was. Yet, Jeremy and I will joke about it from time to time. We had more listeners at KGRG than we do at KZOZ.
No, we were in the Seattle area, too.
Because, yeah, it was a population density thing. But literally broadcast to, like, the greater Auburn and some slivers of Tacoma area. It was just not that big of a signal. And in some weird way, it would kick up into like Green Lake or something weird like that. But anyways, enough of the geography lesson of the South Sound. I had just enrolled in the broadcasting program at Green River Community College. Jeremy had been there for a while. How long were you there?
Just one semester before you.
Okay.
I just started, a quarter or whatever it was.
We're walking out of the class, and I just happened to be behind this. And in this class, my very first class.
Is this before we even did a radio show?
Yeah, this is before I even knew you, before I even met you, before I even shook your hand. The very first class, our teacher is talking about this classmate that you guys all had, but I never had, because he passed away in a car accident.
Oh, I kind of remember this.
Okay, there's a very dangerous highway out by the community college. I don't remember his name either. The community college that we lived at, and he was interning on a very popular morning radio show. But when you intern on very popular morning radio shows, you have to burn the candle at both ends.
It was Bob Rivers, the guy that does the Twisted Tunes at
all
Christmas
the Christmas
time.
songs that we play.
I am Santa Claus.
So this kid interned for that.
I remember this
for that radio program.
Yeah. Huh, okay.
I had no idea what was going on. It was the first day of class. I'm taking my notes, taking it half seriously because it's community college.
What are we, 21, 22 years of age?
Yeah.
Of age? Yeah.
And,
very young.
And and he's talking, he's like, by the way, at the end of the class, he's like, by the way, services for, I forget his name, and I feel bad for forgetting his name.
His name might
we're
going to
come across as sounding very callous here, but just keep in mind, it's not somebody that Jeremy knew. It's not somebody I knew.
Never met the person.
Okay, we never met them. He was, from what I understand, working very heavily in the internship and really wasn't in the program when you started it. So he died in a head-on accident.
That's right.
On Highway 18, which is a very dangerous road, and they've since divided it. But at the time, it was not divided. It was like, it was like Highway 1. So he got hit, and he got in an accident, and he died. And then Bob Rivers decided to fund the services for him. So our teacher said, the services are here, here, and here. We encourage you all to go. And and I'm going to drop some names that are blasts from the past on you and nobody else is going to know about. But Jason, Sanrika, Kirk, and another girl. I think it was Mel. I think it was the girl I dated.
Okay. All people in our class, we were kind of friends.
Yeah. You guys were walking as a group in front of me, and I didn't know you guys from Adam.
Yeah.
You guys were walking in a group. I just happened to be right behind you guys. And they're talking about how
I don't remember this at all. I don't know what you're going to say.
I know, which is awesome.
I didn't think I became a jerk until I met you. I thought you rubbed off on me.
No, you were a jerk way before me. But that's what endeared me to you.
So we're all walking ahead of you?
So you're walking ahead, and everybody's like sad and all this stuff for this guy that they barely knew. And you and Kirk, the two I liked the most, including the girl I eventually dated later on because she was a big-time drama queen. But you and Kirk were so, like, everybody's like, well, we're going to arrive at this restaurant before this time. We should meet up and go together. And you and Kirk look at the group, the rest of the group, and you go, did you guys even know this guy? I mean, what am I supposed to, what if they asked me to speak at the funeral? I don't even know the guy. I don't even know his name. And Kirk, and you led that charge, and Kirk kind of jumped on board with it as well. And he's like, yeah, Jeremy's really got a point here. And the look on Jason and Sanrika Mel's face towards you and Kirk was just one of devastation, one of disgust. And it was
These were the most sensitive people I'd ever met in my life.
It was Curb Your Enthusiasm before Curb Your Enthusiasm. And it was, and I was like, man, that guy is honest, and he's pretty funny about the situation because obviously he gives two craps about how he comes across to everybody else
it's
that's
so
in
hard
this group.
For you when you tell this story to talk about how down everybody was and how damp the mood was.
Because I didn't know.
And how sad and depressed everyone was. And nobody knew this person. Nobody knew him. He was actually had already kind of graduated from the semester before, and nobody knew him. Nobody knew the guy.
So Jeremy was very honest about it, and he was like, I don't think I'm going to go. And everybody got so mad at you. Yeah. And you're like, why do you want me to go? I didn't know who he was. And right there, then and there, that honesty endeared me to you. And why did we start talking about this?
I don't even know. It was so long ago.
But this is something that I literally...
This is definitely a story I don't want my mom to hear.
I did not, I know I've never told you. I know
time.
that you probably don't even remember many aspects of the, I'm sure I remember more about the conversation than you do.
I don't remember this at all.
Because
not at all.
I remember
the person. I remember everybody being upset. I remember everybody wanting to go to this funeral, and I remember thinking, well, this is ridiculous. Nobody even knows this person. Why would you go to somebody's funeral you don't even know?
In fact, I bet you, and this will probably never happen, but if I went back to Green River Community College, because they changed campuses and things like that, I could pinpoint the exact spot where you said it at.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It was such a memorable thing because I was like, wow, this guy seems like kind of a jerk.
And the funny thing is they have a Facebook page, and everybody, for the most part, who never went on to work in radio because they couldn't do it, is on this Facebook, friend page, whatever you call it, and they all still keep in touch. It's just a very weird group of people. A lot of the people you did mention went on to work in radio, and some of them keep in touch, some of them don't. But it was just probably being very young in your early 20s and very sensitive. And I'm glad you showed up. And I think the reason that I ended up, clamming onto you, or like when we ended up doing a show together, was because you were more like me, and I wasn't like anyone. We weren't like anyone else there.
It was just
felt very out of place there. But I really wanted to do radio, and so when you showed up, I was so happy. It really was. So maybe it was about the same time.
It took a community college to get two people that don't care about other people's feelings at all together for a lifelong union.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy here. We got Tim on. Tim Cohey from China Peak. What's going on, Tim? How you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. Season's over, and everybody's taking a quick break, and then getting ready to after we finish up a big pass sale, get ready for the summer.
When did the season conclude?
The season ended April 11th. It was obviously an amazing season. It didn't snow very much early, but we still had a crazy amount of people, especially from San Luis Obispo County. And it's our second largest market, so they were just all over us this year. That was fantastic. Then I got a lot of snow late, and then just finished an amazingly good season, all things considered.
Yeah, we had some. We were giving away some passes, and some winners shared some pictures from up there. It's just it blows my mind that as hot as some of the temperatures have been out here on the coast.
Yeah, it's funny. We have people that grew up here and their whole life have never been to China Peak. They won the pass. They went up there and they bought it. They bought a season pass for 2021, 2022 right then and there. They're like, this place is amazing. I haven't been up there yet. I can't wait to go. Hopefully next year. Talk about that. I mean, do you still have a deal on passes for 21, 22?
Sure. The big sale is always in the springtime, and that's where the prices are the lowest. They'll go up starting on May 1 on Saturday. So between Friday morning and midnight is when people want to get those passes. The prices, as I said, are always sometimes 20-30% lower, and then they can also get if they want to upgrade. It's a very inexpensive upgrade, $50 to the Black Pass. The Black Pass is now our most popular pass. It has bigger discounts, and most importantly, we're part of a group called the Powder Alliance, which is 18 ski areas throughout, mostly in the West. You get 3 free tickets to each of those ski areas, so it's 51 free lift tickets if you can get out to up in Lake Tahoe, Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, a lot of those places. It's really quite a good deal.
That is a really good deal.
No, and it's insane. I mean, because you just go to a couple of places and you have all these different benefits at all these places. Like, for example, at China Peak, for example, you can get like weekday lodging, which is probably the best time to go if you want to avoid the crowds, right, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that makes us unique is we're the only ski area in Central California. So if you are in the Central Valley, or where you guys are on the Central Coast, we're the only ski area. But it's just not a huge market. We're not LA, we're not San Francisco. Uh-huh. So you're looking at just a monster day for us would be a really crappy Monday for almost anybody else. So you never really see the masses. Parking's usually not a problem. And of course, one of the biggest benefits of the pass, even though you're other than the fact you're buying 4 lift tickets, you're paying for, in essence, 4 lift tickets, and you get over 100 days for free. So that's the big benefit.
Wow.
Plus, the other big thing is you get out of your car, you go straight to the lift. You don't buy a ticket, you don't go to a line, you go right from the car to the lift.
Yeah, you're up on the mountain and you're skiing before you know it. What people are still, going in and getting their skis and getting all set up and waiting in line to bypass you or coming down the slopes for the first time. It's SkiChinaPeak.com. That's SkiChinaPeak.com. Hey, what do you guys do in the summer there? Anything going on?
Summer has become a really big deal at ski resorts throughout the country. Everybody finally, got tired of staring at lifts not moving and all these people sitting around, just doing nothing but making repairs when we have these beautiful summer resorts. So several years ago, China Peak and everybody else sort of figured this out. So now what you have, and plus we bought a marina a couple years ago. So we have boating, we have rentals but we have kayaks, we have pontoon boats, we have paddle boards, we have fishing boats, we have cabins that we rent, we have a general store, and of course our big mountain bike park, which is one of the biggest in California, opens up on 4th of July weekend. Plus we also have scenic rides. So people that come up and the kids want to ride or somebody else wants to ride, they just say, look, I don't want to really ride, but I'd like to get up and see. They can take that scenic chair all the way to the top with an incredible view up at 8,700 feet of Huntington Lake and the surrounding area. So summertime is really, really, plus we have a hotel, the China Peak Inn. You can stay right on the property, or if you have an RV or a fifth wheel, we have RV hookups in the back all summer long.
Boy, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, great vacation. I love summer in the
extended weekend.
Summer in the Sierras is
do it easy.
So underrated. You get out, you smell that mountain air. It is just, it is what summertime should be about in California.
You got any Squatch sightings up there?
Nothing but a few mountain lions. We did see one of those the other day,
okay.
And those are incredible creatures as long as you don't get too close. They are very, very large cats.
We have those here too. All right, man.
Yeah, I know you do. I know it's hard. A lot of times, San Luis Obispo, I'm actually going to be down visiting you guys in about a month. I'm really excited about that, staying over at, I think, the Dolphin Bay Resort. And I'm really excited about that because I've done a lot of racing, a lot of triathlons and mountain bike racing down in San Luis Obispo County, so I'm excited to come visit you guys as well.
Oh, it's a great place to visit, too. Both places amazing. So it's SkiChinaPeak.com. Hey, we appreciate your time. Thanks for taking a few minutes to jump on with us. Tim, we always appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
All right, there goes Tim. China Peak, it's SkiChinaPeak.com. Summer, just click on the summer tab. It's off to the right-hand side, and there's so much to do.
Yeah, there really is a lot to do there. The fact that they bought a marina. Are you going to take the boat up there, Jeremy? Do a little real fishing?
I could do that. Well, I could do that, but I don't know. There's so much other stuff I might want to do it'd be a lot of fun just to take the wife up and just take the lift up, have dinner, stay at the lodge for a couple of nights. I'm very interested in that and just something different that if you've never done it before,
they have
most people probably haven't gone there in the summer.
27-hole disc golf course at China Peak.
Well, that sounds fun too. I've never tried that, but
it is fun. I got roped into it about a year ago once, and I had a good time.
SkiChinaPeak.com.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.